The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
This is Africa Diaspora Connect.
Join us as we take the journey from the motherland to America.
We share our experiences and learn from them.
Here is our host, Kibathi Gaturu.
To the George Floyds of the world, these 9 minutes and 29 seconds are for you. The advent of video cameras made us get up close and personal with the treachery that us people of color have to endure. Black Americans are more likely to be killed by police. The police are rarely held accountable. People have been protesting in the streets around the country and around the world in response to the brutal cell phone recorded killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man, by a Minneapolis police officer during an arrest. This might feel like tragic deja vu, another black American killed by police, followed by another wave of protests to demand accountability. Let's start with the genesis as I recollect it. 29 years ago this week, actually, believe it or not, 4 Los Angeles policemen, 3 of them white, were acquitted of the savage beating of Rodney King, an African-American man. Caught on camera by a bystander, graphic video of the attack was broadcast into homes across the nation and worldwide. Fury over the acquittal, stoked by years of racial and economic inequality in the city, spilled over into the streets, resulting in 5 days of rioting in Los Angeles. It ignited a national conversation about racial and economic disparity and police use of force that continues today. King's injuries resulted in skull fractures, broken bones and teeth, and permanent brain damage. Ultimately, 4 officers were charged with excessive force. A year later, on April 29, 1992, a jury consisting of 12 residents from the distant suburbs of Ventura County, 9 white, 1 Latino, 1 biracial, 1 Asian, found the 4 officers not guilty. That's why in recent years, some researchers and news organizations have attempted to piece together themselves. One of those efforts, mapping police violence, shows that black Americans were killed at 3 times the rate of white Americans from 2013 to 2019, when adjusted for populations. In some cities like Oklahoma City and Phoenix, the occurrence of police violence against any race of victim doesn't correlate with crime rates. And black victims of police killings are more likely to be unarmed during the encounters. Regardless of the race of the victim, convictions in cases of police killings are incredibly rare. Of all the police killings documented in that 7-year period, mapping police violence data found that only 1% of the cases led to a conviction. The following is a list of African Americans that have died at the hands of police officers over the last decade. Dante Demetrius Wright, October 27th, 2000. Killed on April the 11th, 2021, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Shot by a Brooklyn Center police officer on April the 11th, 2021. Marvin David Scott III, born in 1995, killed on March the 14th, 2021, McKinney, Texas. Pepper sprayed, restrained with spit hood, asphyxiated. Killed by 7 Collin County Jail detention officers, March 14th, 2021. Patrick Lynn Warren Sr., born in October the 7th, 1968, killed on January the 10th, 2021, Killeen, Texas, shot and killed by a Killeen police officer on January the 10th. Vincent Vinnie Belmont, September the 14th, 2001, killed on January the 5th, 2021, Cleveland, Ohio. Shot and killed by a Cleveland police officer, January the 5th, 2021. Angelo Quinto, March 10th, 1990, killed on December the 26th, 2020, Antioch, California. Knee on the neck, asphyxiated. Killed December the 23rd, 2020. Andre Maurice Hill, born on May the 23rd, 1973, killed on December the 22nd, 2020. Columbus, Ohio, killed by a Columbus police officer. Casey Christopher Goodson Jr., January the 30th, 1997, killed on December the 4th, 2020. Shot by a Columbus, Ohio police officer. Angelo A.J. Crooms, May 15, 2004, killed on November the 13th, 2020, Cocoa, Florida. Shot and killed by Brevard County Sheriff deputies. Sincere Pierce, born on April the 2nd, 2002, killed on November the 13th, 2020, Cocoa, Florida. Shot and killed by Brevard County Sheriff deputies. Marcellus Stinnett, born on June the 17th, 2001, killed on October the 20th, 2020, Waukegan, Illinois. Shot and killed by a Waukegan police officer. Jonathan Dwayne Price, born on November the 3rd, 1988, killed on October the 3rd, 2020, Wolf City, Texas, tasered and shot by a Wolf City police officer. Dejon Duran Kizzy, born February the 5th, 1991, killed on August the 31st, 2020, LA, California, shot by LA County Police. Rayshard Brooks, January 3rd, 93, killed on June 12th, 2020, Atlanta, Georgia, killed Atlanta police officer. Carlos Carson, May 16th, 84, killed on June the 6th, 2020, Tulsa, Oklahoma, pepper sprayed, shot in the head. Knights in Tulsa armed security guards, former sergeant and detention officer with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office. David McGee, August 3rd, 1966, killed on June the 1st, 2020, shot by a Louisville Metropolitan Police officer. Tony the Tiger McDade, born in 82, killed on May the 27th, 2020, shot by a Tallahassee police officers. George Perry Floyd, October the 14th, 1973, killed on May the 25th, 2020, my son's birthday. Powderhorn, Minneapolis, Minnesota, knee on neck, asphyxiated for 9 minutes and 29 seconds by a Minneapolis police officer who does not deserve any mention. Dreesen Sean Reed, 1999 to May 6, 2020, shot on May the 6th by an identified Indianapolis Metropolitan Police officer. Michael Brent Charles Ramos, born on January the 1st, 1978, killed on April the 24th, 2020 in Austin, Texas, killed by Austin police detectives. Daniel Prude, September the 20th, 1978, killed on March the 30th, 2020, Rochester, New York, asphyxiation, March 23rd, 2020, Rochester police officers. Breonna Taylor, June the 5th, 1993, March the 13th, 2020, Louisville, Kentucky, shot on the same day by Louisville Metro Police officers. Manuel Manny Elijah Ellis, born in August the 28th, 1996, killed on March the 3rd, 2020, physical restraint, hypoxia, killed by Tacoma police officers. William Howard Green, March 16th, 1976, killed on January the 27th, 2020, Temple Hills, Maryland, shot on January the 22nd, 2020. Alfred Olango, July the 1978, killed on September the 27th, 2016 in El Cajon, California, shot by El Cajon police officers. Viewers, Africa Diaspora Connects, it's now been 9 minutes and 29 seconds. That's how long it took to kill our brother. I'm not even done with half this list. That was 9 minutes and 29 seconds of treachery that befell our brother George. I have a son. He's black. He's African American. His name is Brandon Gaturu. That list could be him. Think about your sons. Think about your daughters. That could be me. April the 4th, 1968, Kibathi Gaturu. Justice has prevailed. Let's do something about this. Let's pay attention. I am George Floyd. Thank you.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.